Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aulia Agustina from PBI 3. Now, I'm a student in English Education Department, Alauddin State of Islamic University in the second semester. Firstly, let's say thanks to our God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has given us mercies and blessings so I can complete my mid-text from my lecturer. Secondly, my salawat and salam always be with our best messenger, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has brought us from the darkness to the brightness, from Jahiliyyah era to the great era like right now. So, here we go. There are 5 things that I will explain in this video. The first is phonetic as a study of speech sound. The second is the benefits of phonetic as a study of English sound. The third is the projection of English consonant sounds, manner and place of articulation. The fourth is the projection of English consonant sound, distinctive features. And the last is phonetic exercise for articulating English consonant sound. Okay, first I will explain about phonetic as a study of speech sound. The first is, what is phonetic? The definition of phonetic as a study of speech sounds, in my opinion, phonetic as a study of speech sound is root and physically perceptive, including studies of the vocal touch and human hearing. And then, phonetic as a study of speech sounds, or explain as detailed as possible and give example is necessary. This is the sound spoken in a particular language. In other words, the sound that comes out of someone's mouth when speaking represents the language of sound. Example of speech sound can be seen in the word book. This word seems to have 3 sounds, namely B, U, and K, where B is a representative of letter B, U is a representative of the letters double O, and K is a representative of the letter K. Therefore, it must be fully understood that the sound of speech is not later used to spell words. It's all about what you hear. Then, phonetics as the study of speech organs. The existence of organs that people use to make sounds. They include lips, teeth, alveolar ridge, hard palate, velum or soft palate, uvula, glottis, and various parts of the tongue, like tip, middle, and back. For example, lips when they are present together, P, B sound will be made. Lips are the 2 soft parts that surround the mouth that can be used to produce several different speech sounds. And the next is phonetic as the study of speech projection. Is an articular for producing vowels and consonants. Vowels have 5 spellings, namely A, I, U, E, and O. These vowels and sounds can be spelled in different ways, which can be a little inconsistent. Consonant sounds are made by blocking the airflow completely or partially during a speech. Example, the consonant C can represent the sound S or S as in the word city, and the sound K as in the word K. And the second thing in this video is the benefits of phonetics as a study of English sound. The first is problem in producing consonant sounds. What sounds and example? According to Bauman, 2002 states that what language learners must understand about pronunciation is that it's basically attention to phonetics. because phonetics can help students to identify and practice English sounds that are not in Indonesian, that has made them difficult in English pronunciation. Difficulties in learning English occur due to the fact that some English sounds are not present in the mother tongue of the students. For example, English sounds like V, the, sh cannot be found in Indonesian. In this case, Tiono and Yostanto 2008 argue that English sounds that are not available in Indonesian tend to make learners produce errors in the articulation of sounds, and these sounds are recognized as problems in producing English sounds. The second is problem in producing vocal sounds. There are 6 pairs of vocals which are also known as short vowels and long vowels. They are I, E, A, U are known as short vowels, and I, A, U, are called long vowels. There are 4 problems identified in the student's vocal sounds projection. Namely, the first, student tends to pronounce English vowels as their way of speaking vowels in their native language. The second, learners tend to pronounce the word longer if the word has twice the same vowel, even though the word may not belong the third. Students also tend to say short words if they only have one vowel. An example in producing sounds E, they tend to replace the sound E, which are in the initial position and in the middle position, as in the word perfect, where this word should be pronounced perfect, but students pronounce it as perfect. And then the third is the benefits provided by phonetics to everyone problems. See theory. It further suggests that one way to draw attention to French voice was to show him how to form English voice in their mouth. Sounds are formed using articulators or organs of the mouth, nose, and throat. The phonetic system plays a major role in learning to pronounce and read words, sentences, or paragraphs in foreign language, especially English. According to him, the sounds of English for Indonesian students create many problems. The problems can be clearly seen in the mistakes they make when producing both vocal and consonant sounds. Phonetic systems help in the development of good reading and speech. And then the third thing in this video is the projection of English consonant sounds, manner, and place of articulation. The place of articulation refers to the point in the vocal tract where the speech organs restrict the passage of air in some way, so producing distinctive speech sound. Finch 1999. A Swiss manner of articulation, place of articulation are more frequently used to describe consonants than vowels. The following are the principal terms used in language to describe this. The first is bilabial, sounds formed by both lips coming together. This according to Finch 1999. Examples include B, P, and M. The second is labiodental, sounds formed by the bottom lips touching the upper teeth. This is also according to Pinch 1999. Examples include V and F. The third is dental, sounds formed by the tongue touching the upper teeth. This also Pinch according to Pinch. These are not common in English, although they can sound like T or T. If you imagine saying Barcelona with a heavy Spanish accent, you might hear it. The fourth is alveolar, sounds formed by the tongue coming into contact with the heart or alveolar ridge immediately behind the upper teeth. The alveolar sounds are common in plosive English sounds such as T, D, and N, in the fricative sounds such as Z, Z. The fifth is post-alveolar, sounds formed by the tongue curled behind the alveolar ridge. Pinch 1999. Examples include the sh and ch, or the sh sound in words like sheep and or the s sounds in the word vision. The sixth is palatoalveolar, sounds formed by the tongue in contact with both the roof in the mouth or hard palate and the alveolar ridge. Examples include the ch and j sounds in crutch and judge. The seventh is palatal, sounds formed by the middle of the tongue up against the hard palate. The j sound is the only consistent examples of palatal sounds in English. These sounds form the y in words like yes and yellow. The eighth is velar, sounds formed by the back of the tongue against the soft palate or velum. Think of the k in kick or the g in go. The ng sound in words like sing and sung is also a velar sound, and the ninth is interdental, produced by the tip of the tongue producing between the upper and lower teeth. Interdental sounds include the ch sounds or th sounds in words like sing and author, or the d in words like this and other. And the tenth is uvular, sounds formed by the roots of the tongue being raised against the velum. The in French, try saying the word Paris with a broad French accent. And the Arabic k, ki, or sound g are uvular. Then, manner of articulation. So far we have seen that sounds can be shaped as it passes through the vocal cords, and as the air is passed from the lungs past the pharyngeal cavity, the nasal cavity, or the oral and labial cavities. The sounds variations created by these vocal apparatus are known as the manner of articulation. In other words, the manner of articulation refers to the ways in which sound is altered by manipulation of the flow of the airstream from the lungs. There are 5 principal types of manner for consonant sounds, which are here adapted from Finch language terms and concepts 1999. The first is plus, and the fourth things or points in this video is the projection of English consonant sound distinctive feature. The first is distinctive features are defined as something unique or different that sets someone or something separate from the others. In English, several different consonant sounds are produced in the same place and ways of articulation, like sounds P and B. These voices are both identified as bilabial and stop the sound. To help students distinguish between the two sounds, special features are used is to identify the difference in sounds by knowing whether the vocal cords vibrate when consonant sound is made or voiced, or whether the vocal cords don't vibrate when consonant sound is pronounced noiseless. And then the second is, after learning the types of English consonant sounds from the perspective of the place, method, articulation, student then need to know how to use it to pronounce consonantal letters English words. This is important because in English, consonant letters usually represent one consonant sounds, but some consonant letters, for example, C, Ch, S, can represent two different one consonant sounds. For example, in the letter Y in English, the letter Y can also produce vowels in addition to their function as consonants. From the letter Y, English speakers can produce two types of vocal sounds, namely E, as in the word mystery, baby, city, lyrics, and other, and I, in the words buy, try, rely, elon, nylon, type, and other. And then, in the third is in English. And then, the third is in English, consonant sounds are not really produced when articulating single letters, but some are also produced by a combination of letters in English words that produce both single consonants and consonant sounds combination. This is also called mixed sounds consonant cluster. It's a group of two or three consonants in words that make consonants different sounds. For example, in the word school, in that word we can see the combination of consonant S, C, and H. The letter combination is then pronounced as S and P in this pronunciation of the word, in where the word school is pronounced as school in English. And then the fourth is, in pronunciation we recognize two types of consonant sounds, including unvoiced without vibration and voiced with vibration. For example, unvoiced consonants is P and B, mop and mop. And for example, for voice consonant is like I, for example, like, and man, nine, ring, red, yes, and wine. And the fifth things or points, as the last point in this video, is phonetics exercise for articulating English consonant sound. The first is Student needs phonetics exercise because two things. The first is overcoming their difficulties in producing English sounds, and the second, making their pronunciation accurate. Due to the purpose, this material can be used by the learners as phonetic exercise for practicing how to make consonant sounds in short frequently used words. And the second is focus on making the required consonant sound. Think how to make the required consonant sounds as intruse in the place of articulation and manner of articulation before making the sounds. And C. Produce the required sound slowly and accurately. And D. When you get accustomed to making the sounds accurately, then you can produce the sounds fluently. And C. Bilabial sounds formed by both lips coming together. Example: voiceless bilabial stop sounds p, peel, piece, peer, pick, pin, pen, pair, pack, and other. From this video, we can conclude that this video is very important to know because uh, we can know from the definition of phonetics and then how to use English consonant sounds when we are speaking or when we are talking about something. And I want to say thanks for my lecturer Sir Kahar that has given me this mistakes so I can understand about this material. And I also want to say thanks to someone or other people that helped me in this and support me in this video. And assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.